Hi, I'm Rachelle, herbalist, founder of Supernatural, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about adaptogens. So there are, popular and better known adaptogens, and there are also some that tend to be lesser known. Those I'm going to dive into today. So a refresher on what adaptogens are and what they are not. Adaptogens are a category of herbs. There are about 24 herbs that fit this category currently. And the definition of an adaptogen is non-toxic, normalizing, and non-specific. And it's something that works through the HPA axis, that's the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis in our brain, basically, to help to regulate our response to stress. The first adaptogen that I want to talk about today is ginseng. This very special plant is the most studied herb in all of herbalism. It has been written about for thousands of years. The doctrine of signatures, which is a philosophy that plants resemble the parts of the body that they're good for, suggests that ginseng is good for everything because the root is shaped like a human. The name essentially translates to cure all. It's basically a plant that has been used for everybody and everything for thousands of years. One of the things to know about ginseng is that there are many different varieties. And with ginsengs, it's especially important to make sure that you're sourcing them from great places. Asian ginseng is probably extinct in the wild. So we only buy cultivated Asian ginseng. And if you're buying American ginseng, you want to buy organic, woods-grown American ginseng. In addition to being adaptogens, ginsengs tend to be really good for circulation. I personally love herbs that increase circulation because you get so many other benefits from that effect. So imagine the cognitive, cerebral, sort of brain health benefits you get from better circulation to your brain. Imagine the way that you feel when you're exercising or just doing physical things when you have better circulation. So licorice is one of the herbs that we consider an adaptogen. And licorice is a little bit of an anomaly in the adaptogenic category because licorice actually makes our cortisol last longer. So we produce cortisol. Remember, cortisol is not always a bad thing. We need it to do things. And licorice allows it to persist longer in our system. So I think of that as it makes our cortisol more efficient. And then you don't have to produce more. So you're not asking extra of your adrenal system or your sort of stress response system. You get more bang for your buck with the licorice. Licorice is also commonly in hormone balancing formulas. Licorice can also be excellent for gastrointestinal issues, so Crohn's, irritable bowel syndrome, or any sort of chronic digestive upset. Really soothing and cooling and kind of mucilaginous, which is a fun word that means like slimy in a good way. So licorice is an adaptogen that we like for those reasons and more. Our last adaptogen is cordyceps. Cordyceps are a very, very cool fungi that we consider an adaptogen. They help to increase ATP production in the body. They help to oxygenate our blood. They help to increase circulation and vasodilation, which means our blood is basically better oxygenated and flowing better throughout our system, which means cordyceps are very popular with athletes. They also help to both suppress or stimulate the immune system based on what we need. Another term for that is immunomodulators. So I love functional mushrooms because they are immunomodulators, and just like other adaptogens that help to keep our levels balanced, Cordyceps do that with the immune system. Cordyceps are also a very potent antioxidant. All right, so to make this herbal decoction, and a decoction is basically an herbal tea that we simmer for, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 8 hours. We're not gonna do 8 hours today, but it allows us to extract more from herbs that are rooty or fibrous. So, super simple. We are just going to do pot on the stove and drop in our honeyed licorice root and then our ginseng root. And again, you can use the ginseng root in whatever form you have it in. Some ginger, not even going to bother peeling it, just a couple big chunks. Throw that in. Oh, that smells great. And then for the cordyceps, I'm going to use a trusty powdered extract. Medicinal mushrooms are a very good thing to do a decoction with. They love to have a long, slow simmer. And last but not least, goji berries. So I love goji berries in my smoothies and for dessert, but they're also medicinal. Very common in traditional Chinese medicine and often done in broths, decoctions, teas. So these are not adaptogenic, but they work really well with adaptogens. So they're more of a nutritive tonic. They're more nourishing, and they help to round out this recipe. So all in our pot, fill it the rest of the way up with water, maybe a quart's worth for these quantities would be nice. And then we're just going to let that simmer for, give it at least, 15, 20 minutes. All right, so our tea is ready. Our decoction has decocted. It has been simmering. It's just finishing its simmer now. Our gojis have expanded. So this can just be strained out. The only thing that you can leave in your cup if you want is the goji berries, which I highly recommend. This is an adaptogenic blend. This is a, brewed, simmered tea that is really, look how dark and strong it is. You have a combination of different herbs that are working together to help you with stress and immunity and hormone balance and nourishment. Really, really beautiful. Just having a little bit of this every day. It smells like roots and fruit. I am going to enjoy this, and so are you. For more recipes, subscribe to Well+Good's YouTube channel. And for more herbalism, follow @Rachelle Robinett on Instagram.